Last time on Constant Chronicle Chaos Egg. After escaping a ghoul attack, our Chaos crew visited Kay's great-great-uncle Harlock again, before most of them were taken to visit Kaiser Cersei, who indoctrinated Jon into her religion and assigned the group a cadre of cohorts, chief among them Eve the Sixth, and instructed them to wreak their collective havoc on East Linya instead of West. But a paranoid Captain Animnim, unsettled by the experience, tried to separate from the group and was pursued after fleeing into the sewer until finally resigning to rejoin them for a few bottles of wine. And now, a Constant Chronicle Chaos Egg continues.
Do you guys want to stay down in the sewer and travel through the sewer or go back above ground?
I'm all about the sewer.
It is your natural habitat. You could probably lead the way if you want. You know sewers.
Yeah, John likes the sewer too.
Where can we get into a fight? We want to fight.
Well, dude, we'll just move in any random direction.
If you go a random direction, random things might happen. You guys want to start just wandering through the sewer? Do you want to head a certain direction? Or are you guys trying to head out of town, head towards a certain building, or are you just really looking around for shit to fight?
I want us all to follow John's crazy ass, following his rat.
If we're gonna fucking chase a little rat around in the fucking sewer for another 3 hours.
John's just gonna say, onwards to East Linya. He's just gonna lick his finger and wait for a breeze to come that won't come since he's underground.
Yeah.
And he's just gonna start walking forward from whatever he was.
We can roll a survival check to see if you actually walk east if you want.
Sure.
'Cause maybe you just have a really good sense of direction.
A whopping 5.
No, you don't have a good sense of direction. You head south in the sewer. I roll low enough that other than the flushing sound of water whooshing through the pipes, duty water trickling through your toes and shoes. Like I said, compared to the sewer you came from, Nim Nim, a much more modern, clean sewer. There seem to be electric rat traps and vents for air and automatic releases for water. So sometimes you guys have to wait for a door to open to go through a tunnel. Much more modern sewer than the ones you're used to working in.
No, I was just asking if in general, the water's flowing faster, it's generally cleaner.
Definitely cleaner than the sewers you worked in, for sure. More automated.
I just wanted to know the water flow rate.
It's moving, and it's moving faster than, the sewer you worked in definitely had more stagnant, water that was, stay there for a while until, big gushes would come through. And here, they definitely seem to have, stuff forcing the water through. The water's always moving a little bit. And while it's still doo-doo and pee-pee water, it's definitely cleaner than the doo-doo and pee-pee water you used to work in. It's diluted by water, filtered.
Are we walking against the flow or with the flow?
You are walking with the flow right now. You're going the direction the water is streaming, south.
Plus on that movement?
It's not moving fast enough to speed you up, but it definitely, it probably is motivationally, it feels better to have the poop water at your back. Sure.
Right.
You're not being impeded in your movement in any way. The water's clean enough to easily move through.
Say there are a bunch of mechanical traps and stuff. Just curious about collection, if there was something I could pick up for my robotic skill.
Oh, you want to steal some parts? You can break a machine. You can disable device and then loot a machine for sure if you want to. If you guys want to tear stuff apart in the sewer as you're walking around, yeah, you can roll disable device and then robotics to collect. So disable device to adequately turn off a vent or a door or whatever else, a rat trap, and then take parts out of it. It's slowly sabotage the city sewer system.
Yeah, this whole trip, I'm not trying to do it every second, but just once.
Yeah, let's just roll it once for the grand scheme.
Alright, so disabled device is going to be a 19.
That's good enough to disable toilet devices, sure.
Alright, and then robotics, that ain't great, that's only a 12.
Well, with your 12, we can say you gather 12 parts for robotics there, okay. And with your roll your tinkerer, and that'll be how many points you gather for tinkering.
15.
You gather 15 parts for tinkering. General, wires, metallic parts, little things. Whenever you're making them, just know what you're trying to make.
I'll hand it off to him.
To Kay?
I'm his apprentice.
Alright, Kay, add 15 more parts to your stash for robotics.
I got it.
Alright.
Alright.
Just for the record, too, I might be in front of the pack, but John has no idea where he's going. And
John keeps wandering through the sewer, and like I said, there's lots of rat traps. You guys see dead rats, but there doesn't seem to be any encounters for you guys. You guys keep heading southward. You hear the flushing noise of water. Occasionally the water goes up to your knees when there's big rushes of water coming through, or your rat has to run up the wall and stuff like that during that period of time, or float or swim. And some of you small people, that's for you, that's up to your shoulders of duty water. So sometimes the water gets high, but generally the water is pretty low near your feet. You guys keep wandering southward following John. So these sewers seem well maintained by these robotics and these traps and stuff. Pretty much the same all the way throughout the city. At the end, you guys are still dealing with the rising tide of poop water, shocking rat traps, but you guys know how to avoid them. You're smart, not dumb like rats. Doors you have to wait to open. You've collected some parts, but you guys are able to exit the sewer south outside of the city. You guys have gone so far that you've hit a drain pipe, and you're now near the swamp. You follow John. Whether or not he knew what he was doing, he somehow got you out of the city through the sewer. You guys are able to reach a drain pipe right by the swamp.
I mean, we came this far.
Yeah, let's go.
Alright, look around, baby. Fatal conflict, sorry.
Perception on my end is not great.
I got a
I got a
19.
17.
I got a 19.
I got a natural 20.
I got a 7.
Natural 20, motherfucker.
Heard that. So most of you guys don't notice anything, but Eve, you're from this area, you're from Chronicle, and as you exit the sewer near the swamp, you see several mounds of mossy, ivy-colored skulls and skeletons floating the swamp nearby, and you know that that can be trouble. An encounter of some sort, for sure. Not just shit floating around the water. That's a dangerous shit floating around in the water of the swamp. And you also know the swamp's very dangerous, full of a local dragon lives there, among other dangerous things. Maybe exiting the swamp's not the best idea, but if you want to deal with this thing outside, there are about 4 of these floating globs in the swamp nearby.
Yeah, I'll let everyone know that, death is near.
Do you want to fuck around and find out?
You want to fight it?
Yeah, let's fight that.
I mean, we've been fucking around for so long. Why?
Let's go ahead and find out. Yeah.
Can I do knowledge local for like swampy shit, sewer runoff shit? Like I might have run into this.
Yeah, you can do
before.
knowledge local, knowledge engineering, or knowledge nature on this. All 3 would give you different information. Yeah, all 3 would tell you different things.
20.
Natural or just with pluses?
14 plus 6.
I'm gonna roll nature, and it's at 13. It's nothing crazy.
5.
Anyone that got 19 or higher will know this is a dangerous plant creature lurking in the swamp. Anyone that got over 20 will know this is something that can produce seeds that get under your skin.
Can I just roll a knowledge arcana on that? Nat 20.
It is not a magical plant per se, but it is a very powerful plant that can cast things that are like spells. It has a spell like magic, for sure.
Okay.
So you'll sense a vibe from this plant, but it's not sentient, but it can create magic of different sorts.
I'm just vibing off that.
And there's 4 of them.
4 little mounds of like seaweed and gross swamp goo covered in what looks like human bones and skulls.
I just start kind of like trembling a bit and on like the sleeve of the person, and I'm like, hey, like That's it.
Nim Nim's uncomfortable. Does anyone open the grate and go outside, or do you guys take a different path?
I mean, we can vote on it, but Kay's got 4 bottles of wine to herself. She says yes.
You know
don't
what?
want to fuck this shit up, maybe die, or run away.
What reason do we have to fight them? I mean, I
Motherfucker, we are the Chaos Egg. Why are you being rational?
for the what?
We clearly need to fight these motherfuckers.
Ow. I don't understand. Look, I signed up for 1 ball a day before to like not run away. You know, there's some scary shit. I don't know what it is. Scary shit.
Alright,
John's opening that grate.
John opens the grate and steps outside. Roll for initiative, everyone.
let's go.
Oh god.
Initiative for me
19.
is...
Yeah. Already rolling initiative. Fucking
I got a 7.
I got
17.
My
John got
initiative is 10.
Oh, I got a 23.
You got a natural 20. Not a 27.
Yeah, okay, so Eve goes first. You can see John's about to put his foot out the grate and like step into the swamp.
Right. Well, I guess I will cast Fascinate for all everyone around me within 90 feet. I'm not sure what. You get a will save? They have to be 15.
Alright, so the plants are cool because I got a 17. They're plants. Anybody else beats a 15, you can not be enthralled, but otherwise you'll be like turning around to look at the sexy lady doing a sexy song dance combo.
I'm still looking anyway.
Yeah, after all, we'll save to not look at dim titties.
I got 16.
They intimidated the fuck out of me earlier.
That's how I roll.
Yeah.
I mean, I totally want to look at
These mossy, gross plant creatures outside start moving around, and the skeleton, the bones in the water sort of like conglomerate and form human-shaped, covered in like dripping algae and goo from the swamps, shambling towards you, like lurching. They're seemingly about 7 feet tall masses of goo and bone.
Are there any footholds in the terrain between us and them, or is it just like straight, like...
In the sewer, there's plenty of places to put your feet. In the swamp, it's hard to tell. Like, you can't see through the algae and stuff. And you guys, no one's set foot in the swamp. You guys have great footing here in the sewer, but in the swamp, that might change.
Just for notice, passive perception.
Passive perception is a thing. It's an automatic 10 for passive. I mean, other than the fact that they're green, gooey things, they're outside, you guys are inside. Is there something particular you're looking at that you want a passive 10 at? Like,
I'm looking for footholds, so there's any dry spots.
as long as you don't leave the sewer, there's plenty of places to stick your foot on the edges of those electric traps. There's a grate at the edge of the sewer. There's all kinds of stuff in the sewer to have a foothold. Once you enter the swamp, you're not sure. There may be tree roots, things like that, but it's a gamble once you enter the swamp.
Alright, I'm gonna poke a bomb. I used all my spells today.
Just out into the swamp?
Yeah, hit as many Skeletors as I can.
Oh, they're all right together. So if you want to hit all three, you can... Well, there's 4, but you can hit 3 of them right now if you want to. You can't hit 4, but you can hit 3 of them.
Alright, that sounds good.
You've only got to beat a 13.
So 16 on touch attack.
Yeah, the 13 was the touch AC. So yeah, you're good. You hit them. 3 of them will take fire damage.
That's 10 damage.
Alright, 3 of them take fire damage. Good job. You hear, like, plant screeches, which is weird, because it's not like animal screeches. It's like a hissing noise and a popping, a high, painful screech that only plants can emit. But you definitely burned up some plants outside. I'll even say that scatters them a little bit. It's even like a little backdraft inside. Doesn't burn any of you guys, but you see a cool explosion from right there. After K comes Nim Nim.
I'm gonna look at John, but his face is like...
He seems to be, like, eyes wide open, staring at Eve 6's titties right now.
Okay.
Just to clarify, though, I did pass.
But you chose to look at titties. Yeah, this is a conscious decision to look at titties. You're not being compelled by any sort of magic.
I'm gonna try to sludge out as far as I can. I'm gonna say with my knowledge of sewer, do pretty good at moving through this. Is that fair?
Do you want? I mean, through the sewer, yeah. Do you want to get into the swamp? Do you want to hang on to the grate? Do you want to get at the edge of the sewer and look out?
Going straight out.
Do you want to jump into the swamp?
Yeah.
You can do it. Right now, those things are on fire and, freaking out. So, right now is a great time to jump into the water because they're, responding to being caught on fire by a bomb.
Yep.
You plop down to the swamp. It's about 5 feet deep. You're only 3 foot tall, so I need a swim check. Just because it's a little deeper than you are tall.
That's bad.
Alright, so you jump into the swamp and it's gooey and weird and you start going under. So you have a +1 con?
Yeah.
This can only happen to you one time. If this happens again, you start drowning. You guys see Nim go under, and then Bob back up and gasp for air.
Oh, shoot with my light
Fat cat.
crossbow the closest of the on-fire plants. Well, actually, before I do that, how far away are they from us?
Probably 30, 40 feet. Enough,
Okay,
you can shoot that with
so
your crossbow, it's fine.
It's far enough away where I can't use a cone to hit them. So
Yeah, not without going on the swamp. Your crossbow would
Yeah.
work, but yeah, the close range magic, you gotta get a little closer.
okay, so I will. I'll just shoot him with a crossbow, and my roll is fucking horrible. I rolled a 4+, so
Oh,
there's
that's
no
way
way-
too low. Yeah, it's just your arrow goes into the swamp. So that arrow's probably lost unless you want to go swimming looking for it later. It's possible to find it, but it's probably lost unless you go out looking hard for it. After Bernie comes John.
So Nim Nim's not drowning.
But he's gasping for air. He's not doing well. He jumped into the water and it's a little deeper than he thought it was, for sure. He's not dying yet, but he's definitely struggling out there.
Can I do a perception to see if there's higher ground nearby him?
Of course.
I rolled really low.
That makes sense because the pipes looks out onto the swamp, and so you guys, all you can see is the land far away, which is the Del Bupian Island in the middle of the swamp. Now, the thing is, behind you guys, there's land, but this pipe sticks out into the water, so you can't see the land. Nim Nim probably has a better vantage point of actual seeing where the land is than you do. You can assume there's land nearby, but you can't see it. Now, if you leave the pipe, all that might change. But
Well, there's not much I could do from within the pipe, so I'm gonna just run out there, try to grab Nim Nim, pull him off to the side.
jump in the water with Nim Nim, roll me maybe a swim check, if you're good enough.
Swim.
Nim Nim,
Crush that
swim.
check. I got a 23.
Oh, great swim check. So now if you just roll me a strength check, and I'll let it be, it's going to be pretty low because Nim Nim is small and he's underwater, so he weighs less. As long as you don't totally fuck up, you can drag him towards the shore.
It's a 21.
And now that you're outside, you can see the swamp shore, so you can swim back the direction of the pipe towards the shore. But you're in the water with Nim Nim now, you're helping pull Nim Nim towards the shore, away from those fiery plants.
My rat's just on my shoulder.
Yeah, rats can swim. So yeah, either he's on you or swimming. Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah,
He'll
just
follow
on
you.
paddling behind.
After John, we're back to Eve 6.
Yep, I would probably follow John's plan. Whatever he wants to do is what I'll do, and I will do it really well. Ask me to do something, and I can make it happen.
I mean, no one asked, but they jumped in the swamp, so it'll be a swim check to follow.
Oh, swim check. Got a 10.
Alright, so 10, you're not drowning, but you're struggling. You'll see that Nim Nim and John's like dragging Nim Nim. They're about 15, 20 feet away from you towards the shore. You see Eve the Sixth has jumped in the water and is struggling to swim. Like, she's definitely treading water, not drowning, but swimming in place at the moment. That means that those fiery plant creatures are closest to Eve 6 now, and it is their turn as the fire from the bomb starts to die down. So all three of them will attack Eve 6.
Man, I could have used something else. Shit.
I got a 21 versus your AC, Eve 6.
That's a hit.
It's going to be 4 damage, plus you have to make a fortitude save.
I got a 16.
Tiny seed pods get injected into your skin. They're growing rapidly and will explode on your next turn, doing damage to you. But for the time being, you just got seeds injected into your skin. I got a 21 versus your AC.
That's a hit.
That does 4 damage plus a fortitude save for more seeds.
19.
Not enough. That's more seeds in your skin. Third and final one. Oh, I rolled really low that time. Only a 15.
Ain't gonna hit.
And now it's Kay's turn. You can only see Eve 6 out there, and she's like getting attacked by these fiery plant things. And now that like the fire has died down, they're just like hot plant goo.
So Eve is the only one by the monster.
Eve is the only one you can see, and she's the one being attacked by the monsters. John and Nim Nim swam away out of your sight.
So I am going to throw a bomb behind the monsters, not at them.
Hoping to only hit the monsters and not hit Eve 6. Is that what you're trying to do?
Yeah.
Roll a ranged touch attack to see if that works or not.
No, it's an auto hit.
Because he's trying to aim this specifically not to hit you, I need him to roll to see if it works.
No.
Do what your DM says.
16 touch attack.
That's enough to hit the plants, and I won't let it hit your ally.
11.
11, great.
I try to go towards the monsters.
John, how are you holding him pretty tight?
Nah.
Loosely? You can let him go if you want. I won't make you roll CBs if you don't want to. Yeah.
I'll give him a little push.
Yeah. You know, I'm not going to stop him if you're not going to stop him.
No, yeah, he can kick off.
You push away from John after he rescues you from drowning. Do you want to swim back that direction towards the monsters? Roll me a swim check.
17.
All of a sudden, you got better at swimming. You can be as close to Eve as you want to right now, I guess.
How close am I to the monstrosity?
If you swim right up to Eve, you can be within 5 feet of him if you choose to, like, get up right in the shit with Eve.
I'm just gonna, like, hold on to her.
Prop you, like, at least one arm on Eve, other arm on your sword. That way you're not swimming. Eve is doing the swimming for you. You, drowning or not, will be up to Eve's next turn swim. If she fails, then you will go down with her. But you can attack right now if you want.
I don't give a shit about you.
Alright. Hopefully she doesn't let you drown. You can swing your sword or whatever while you're up there. You grab onto Eve and, like, get the fuck away from her, plants. I'll even consider it flat-footed because it's in front of you and Eve 6.
That is bad. Doesn't happen.
You're definitely waving your rapier around the water. There's just like algae like dangling from the tip of your rapier, but it's not doing any damage to the thing.
Alright.
On to Bernie.
I'm gonna come out of the sewer.
Are you jumping into the water, or are you getting like right at the edge of the tunnel, or are you hanging onto the grate?
I'm getting to the edge of the tunnel.
3 foot tall old man.
Draw my bow.
If you shoot the one that's right in front of Eve 6 and Nim Nim, I'll consider that one flat-footed.
I'm going to pray to the lantern god. I'm drawing my bow, and
May the lantern guide your shot.
I'll shoot an arrow at the guy closest to Eve 6 and all of them. 18.
Miss, unfortunately. Narrow miss. The arrow goes right by them. But you're also trying not to hit your allies, so that's probably why. But a whiff, unfortunately.
I do have precise shot as a feat if I'm shooting towards where allies are. That would have been a 22.
Because it's flat-footed, you can hit the one that's right by your allies. So you can hit the one that's the closest to Eve 6 and Nim Nim.
1d6. So that is only 1 damage.
After Bernie comes John.
If I like wanted to go up fight the plant beast things, would I have to be like swimming? Like would I be able to do like an unarmed attack?
You have to swim towards it, which can be the move of your turn. You can still do a standard when you get to it. You're not so far away that you can't use your move to swim there and your standard to attack. That's fine.
Okay.
As long as you're willing to roll it and don't suck at it.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna run up. I guess I'll go with the closer one, but not the one that's like the most seems.
You want to go, like, yeah, there's definitely 3 surrounding where Eve 6 was at, and Eve 6 and Nim Nim definitely attacked one a lot. But there are 2 other ones right by there and one, like, slightly farther away that are still primed to hit and not as weakened. If you want to spread the damage around.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'll get one.
Totally fine. So you roll me a swim check to swim that way to see how good you swim. Never said swim so many times in 5 seconds.
17.
That's enough to swim that back that direction, fine. You know, splash your way back over there. Are you using a melee attack or a ranged weapon, or how are you hitting?
I'm actually gonna burn through my combat maneuvers and do a disorienting blow.
That sounds some like secret fighter shit, I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess I just roll to attack to see if that hits.
Yeah, and then we'll talk about the disorienting part if it works. You're not attacking the one that the other 2 guys are attacking, so it'll be normal AC, which is 23 you have to beat.
Oh, I tied. Is that?
You just barely break through their defenses.
So he just like punched it right in the kisser.
Yeah. For whatever that is on a plant. Right in the pistol. But you also do damage, so do damage on him, and the next turn I'll let that one be less effective.
Well, a computer cannot tell the difference between an ally and foe treating all.
Yeah. So you can attack anybody next turn. You might accidentally attack another plant, even.
Oh, sick. Does 10.
That's a lot of damage. Good move.
I rolled a 6. So
Good damage, and he is disoriented. So well played, John. Back to Eve 6, who's right up there with Nim Nim on your shoulder now.
Yep, I'm gonna try to fascinate them. And that is one of my cantrips, a spell.
Well, it's a spell, not a performance. Yep, that's good.
You gotta beat a 17. Sorry, 15.
I got a 26, so they're good. They're plants. I just rolled high, so they just don't give a shit about your songs.
Alright, well, I guess while I'm singing, I'm also going to fire off a shot.
Technically, singing is your standard, though, right?
That is my standard. You're right.
Yeah.
That is it. That's
Unfortunately. And my plan's going to chance to attack, but before they attack, we have to resolve your 2 seed problems there. So let's see, I get to roll 1d6 of damage.
Heal check on myself since I use my standard.
After these things sprout, I'll let you use your move to do the thing where you can rip them out of the ground if you want. You can use remove curse, blight, or diminish plants to instantly end the effect, but otherwise you can't do anything. You can use heal check to try to cut some out of your skin real quick. Got a failed heal check.
Yep, fail.
You take 6 damage from the seeds exploding from your skin. They grow rapidly. All of a sudden, vines are coming out of your flesh and trying to root themselves in the ground. On your next turn, you can make a DC 10 strength check to try to rip them out of the ground. That'll also hurt you, though. It'll do 1d4 points of damage to you when you do that. But until you do that, you can't. You're being rooted to where you are, so you can't move from this place once these things explode and their roots and stuff. And now it's their turn again. And now all 4 of them are up on your shit, and there are 3 of you there. So the first one gets a 23 versus Eve 6. That's 4 damage and a fortitude save, so now I get more seeds in your body.
Be a 19.
Oh, not enough. More seed pods get into your body. Next turn they'll explode and do damage. Right now there's more seeds in you. I got a 17 on Nim Nim versus your AC.
She's 18.
Oh, so a miss, just barely. One of the plants almost gets you. Third plant, 27 versus Bernie.
Oh, that's a hit.
That's a 5 damage, and then roll a fortitude save, and I get seeds injected into your skin.
What do I have to beat?
20.
Oh, yeah, I did.
Yeah, so you get seeds injected into your skin. Next turn, that'll resolve, and you'll take some damage. And then my last one on John, 31. So that's definitely a hit. That's the confused one. You know what? Because of that, I'll let that one hit its ally. And does 4 damage to it. So now we go to Case Bachimin.
If I was to throw a bomb, I don't want to hit ally.
Then
I probably would, though.
You just have to roll higher than 13 touch AC, I believe is the number. Don't fuck up is all you have to do.
Fuck it, let's go for a bomb.
Might as well hit multiple things instead of one thing.
Sorry, boys. If I get you, I get you.
I'll say if you get them, I'll let it also get the plant. If you roll too low, everyone takes damage. If you roll high enough,
Well, shit.
only the plants take damage.
Let's go for broke.
Yeah.
Fuck it. 14.
That's a hit, actually. Not a fail. Just barely. But because of that, you only catch on fire, I'll say 3 of the plants. The ones 3 closest to the front, you can hit all 3 of them.
8 damage.
Good one. Your friends are like real close to the flame, so they feel the heat coming off that plant bomb you just threw. But none of them are hurt by it. After K comes Nim Nim. The heat feeling on your cheeks, but it's your turn. It doesn't hurt you.
Stop the one closest to me, I guess.
And it only beat a 20 because it's flat-footed, because you guys are all up on its shit. Usually it's 23, so be glad it's 20.
Great, great. 18.
18's a miss, unfortunately. Barely, you swing that thing within like 2 inches of this plant, but don't hit it. And then comes Burn right at the edge of the sewer, standing on the precipice of that tube.
My quick action is going to try to pull out some of the seeds.
You can use a heal check for your move, yes.
What do I have to beat? Where I look
20 to remove a seed.
Yeah, I did not hit that. I rolled 10. I'll cast Acid Splash at the group of trees.
Bloosh, that's magic. Do I get a save, reflex, or something?
No.
No
I
save?
just have to beat the touch AC.
Alright, go for it. Look at
18.
yeah, it beats 13, so do your damage. I'll let you hit 3 of them with that. Because it's a splash.
It's 1d3 for the group. It's 3.
3? I'll allow it.
3.
After Bernie comes John, everyone's favorite hobo.
I'm going to use another one of my combat maneuvers, and I'm going to do an unarmed attack with cleave.
Ooh, nice. And you hit 2 at one time. Swank, swank.
And I rolled like dog shit. I'm assuming a 14 doesn't hit.
If it was touch, it would, but just regular AC, now you do 20. So miss, unfortunately, for John. Back to Eve, who's down there with John and Nim Nim in the mess.
Yep. I'll roll a perception to see if any of my friends are they're very injured or some of my enemies are super injured. 27.
I'm close.
So Bernie's looking pretty beat up. And you can notice several of your allies, just like you, have seeds injected in them. You'll see that in your skin. They're big seeds, and they're easy to see from here, and they're gross.
Am I within close enough distance to hop up and go to him to...
You're down in the swamp, but with an acrobatics check, you might be able to like jump out of the swamp back up to the sewer. Or if it's a spell that... Well, most healing spells are touch. So you have to either jump up to him or he's got to jump down to you.
I'd rather just roll and heal myself. That's what I want to do. 14. So I'm back up to 14 health.
Alright, and everyone that had seeds in them now takes 1 damage. I rolled really low, so that was a lucky one for you guys.
Thank God.
So if that just happened to you, you've got to roll a strength check to move, because you're being rooted down in place. Now it's this turn, I get 4 attacks on you guys. Hey, that's close enough. I rolled a 27 versus Nim Nim. Give me a hit. That's going to do 4 damage to Nim Nim. Fortitude save if you're still awake.
Use parry.
Use a panache, throw it back at me. If you add your charisma to your AC, what would that make your AC?
Not high enough.
If it mattered, then it would matter, but if not, it's probably not worth it.
Alright, I take it.
My next one, I got a 16 versus Burn.
I made it.
I got a natural 20 versus John. I'm sorry, John.
It's quite alright.
6 plus 3, so 9 damage, plus a fortitude save.
God.
John, plop. And also, you're unconscious in a swamp. That's the most dangerous place to be unconscious because drowning. And that's going to put more seeds in you because you're unconscious. You can roll a fortitude save, unless you beat 20, you're just going to take more seeds.
One.
Next one after John, I rolled natural 1, so that's... I'll say 1 shambling mound retreats. It's a 26 on K then. Yeah, I know. We all know. That's 6 damage. And then roll a fortitude save.
Half my hit points to 1.
Jesus Christ.
I was gonna heal you guys, but I'm gonna heal myself.
We talked about how hurt we were. How hurt were the monsters? Fucking check the.
Yeah, I mean, they've taken damage, but they're plants, so they don't bleed or anything. It's hard to tell. They still seem to be coming pretty strong currently. 1 did leave, but the rest that are here, while weakened, seem to be doing fine.
Whose turn is it next?
I'm gonna take a swift action, and is everyone still conscious?
Not me.
Oh, fuck. Alright, I was gonna say tactical retreat, but
Well, you can tactically retreat and try to grab John if you want. If someone wants to like roll a swim check and strength check to get John out of the water, I would allow it.
so I'm fucking off in the sewer pipe.
He's about 15 feet down the water, directly below the edge of the sewer pipe.
Okay, so I could reach him in an action.
As long as you're willing to get into the swamp, you can, yes.
Oh, fuck. Do I want to save you, buddy? I am going to my last goddamn spell and cast Cure Light Wounds, asshole. John's character, right?
Yeah, the one that's unconscious in the swamp? That's smart. Yeah, he's the one that's passed out in the swamp water,
Yeah.
so...
You got 7 hit points.
Oh, sick.
You pop right back up out of the water.
Yeah, I fling my head up so quick. Little princess rat
Flops off, yeah.
behind
Shit.
me.
We can even, if you want to, we can even say you like your head flop throws your rat to the shore. Even if we want to, we'll allow that.
Alright, I'm gonna scream at him as my swift action. I'm gonna scream at him. We need to get the fuck out of here.
Run away!
Roll me a swim check to swim to shore, Nim Nim. These plants seem only effective in the swamp, so if you get to shore, they don't even think they can follow you.
Natural 20.
You swim. You're used to sewer swimming. You're like, oh, gross water, fine. Doggy paddle all the way to shore. You're safe on the shore now, Nim Nim. Right on the shore, they might fuck with you, but if you back up anymore, you're probably safe. After Nim Nim comes Burn.
I'll follow everybody and try to swim away.
Jump in the water, swim to shore. Roll me a swim check to try to get away from these gross plant creatures.
Oh, 21.
Yeah, you can follow right behind Nim Nim there. If you like grab onto his tail, let him do most of the work, and like he gets to shore, you follow right behind him like you did. I also swam here. Either way, the two of you guys make it to shore. John?
Alright, I guess I'll follow everybody. I actually do have 14.
Alright, you get about halfway there. You're swimming, but you've made all the way to shore yet. The plants can still come after you, but you're about halfway there. After John comes Eve.
Right. I'm swimming, I assume.
Yeah, that's what you want to do.
It's going to be a 17.
Like I said, I won't make them attack you for attack of opportunity because they're plants, and you also, just like John, get about halfway back to the shore. Now you guys are at the part where you can stop swimming. Like, you guys are the part where you can, like, walk, and the water's just, like, up to your knees, but you still have to, like, walk another 10 feet to get to the shore. It's just, like, gross.
Can also touch John and give him a little healing action.
If that's something you can do in your turn, of course.
Yeah. I'm going to do Cure Moderate. I'm going to use my last double.
You don't have to do that.
You need help?
I only have 9 total. I'm at 7.
Oh. Alright, well
But
then,
if you want to,
I overloaded you with about 4 hit points.
So you're back up to full. Nothing else. The touch of a woman made you feel very nice, if nothing else.
no, he's got like one of those like clay face mask things going on with like icky swamp mud.
Yeah.
That's what
It's good for your skin.
Yeah.
he's supposed to take care of you.
That was the deal. You did sign up for Orgothoa. 2 of them are going to try to attack Eve and John. I got a 27 and a 21.
Hit.
Alright, so John, you take 4, and you also take 4 Eve. And then both roll fortitude saves, and I get more seed patches in you. And anyone that had a seed from last turn, take 3 damage if you got seeded last
I'm
time.
knocked out. I'm on shore, but that knocks me out.
I got an 18. Is that a pass?
22.
It takes a 20 to pass, so you guys now have seeds unless you beat 20. Other 2 of you just got seeded, but you can keep swimming. We go back around that's after my guys goes K.
Yeah, we're all running, right?
Yeah, I think most people are swimming towards the shore. Most of you guys have made it. Where are you at swimming-wise, K?
I went and revived John, right?
So you're down in the water.
Yeah,
You want to
so
swim to shore real quick?
Yeah, for sure. And I cannot cast goddamn fucking touch of the sea with me at fucking 60-foot swim speed. So, yeah, no.
He did cast a lot of spells. That adds up.
Yeah, no, I am out of spells, so I get to just fucking.
Just actually roll a swim check.
Yes, which is plus strength.
Yep.
Alright, here we go. Nope, natural 1.
Oh, I got a 22 versus your AC.
Yeah,
You take 5 damage from a plant, and you roll a fortitude save to not get more seeds in you.
I don't have any seeds yet, so fortitude save is going to be actually my best one. Oh, god damn it. 4 plus 5, that's a 9.
So yeah, you get seeds in you. Next turn will resolve the seed damage, but you have seeds in you this turn. After K comes Nim Nim. You're on the shore now.
I'm down to 4 hit points. So
If you want to like crawl farther away from the shore so nothing can attack you, that's probably smart too. It's like you get farther away from danger. That's not a bad move.
I mean, is there a distance for these beams going out? Like, it still fucks you up.
They can move. They seem to move most easily through the swamp, and right now you're like at the edge of the swamp. So like being farther away from the edge of the swamp wouldn't hurt. They don't seem to be able to leave the swamp.
I'm just saying I still have the seeds in me, and I can run away, but I'm just gonna pass.
You can move away, and you can also roll a heal check to remove seeds. So if you want to take less damage, you can like back away from the swamp and then cut some out of you.
Both of those.
Alright, so you move away a little bit. Roll me a heal check to remove some seeds.
19.
Because that's so close to 20, I will say that whenever I roll damage for the seeds, you can subtract 2 from the damage from the seeds that we've normally taken. So if I roll 1 or 2, you take 0 damage. Roll 3, you take 1 damage, etc. After Nim Nim comes Bernie.
I'm knocked out.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to go back and grab K and swim back.
Roll me a swim check to swim towards K.
15.
You can get back out there. You're trying to drag K back?
Yeah.
Roll me a strength check to try and drag K.
19.
That's high enough. I'll let you start dragging K to shore. John's helping you swim, so you getting to shore will be easier because you have an assist. Then back to Eve 6.
I am gonna cast sleep on everyone around me.
Everyone gets a will save, including my plants. I only rolled a 16 will for the plants.
Yeah, you gotta beat a 17.
Nat 20.
Plants are asleep. As long as you guys all beat that number, you guys can all be awake and escape.
Can we make sure that we grab all the people we need?
I'm asleep.
Who needs a healing as well? Because after the next 6 seconds, I can do another healing spell for someone.
Yeah, I'm at -1.
Cure Light Wound, a +6.
Well, 6 for Bernie. As you guys get dragged back to shore.
Nim Nim gets 4 hit points. This is the last of my level 1 spells that I can use today, by the way. I'm going to take the 8 hit point heals for myself.
Gotten just a safe distance away from the swamp, like near a cemetery. Vultures flying overhead, but you guys have made a spot to camp and recover because a lot of you were pretty injured.
Let's just be safe and you rest now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys want to do like a 12-hour rest, 8-hour rest?
So shall we call it 9 hours then?
9 hours including spell prep time?
Yeah, sure.
So you can roll a d8 plus con if you need to regain some HP, and that's how much HP you'll get back. You know, recover your magic or whoever else is awake and just bullshit around, talk to each other. If you guys want to have some food, if you have something you need on you, of course, take that out of your pack and subtract it. Take a crap somewhere near the swamp if you need to.
Go on a early morning quest to search for eggs. Let's find some eggs.
Roll a survival check to go hunting for eggs.
Yeah, let's do that. I like this idea.
Yeah,
I got
what's up?
14.
I rolled a 5.
Yeah, I got a 5 too.
I got a 10.
Sounds like everyone did bad. Yeah, you guys are you're at the edge of a swamp. It's just mucky and gross. There aren't a lot of trees. You don't want to get into the swamp after what happened last time. You're not really seeing any place to get eggs around here. You see those birds up overhead, like circling this great cemetery. There's some trees in the cemetery, but nothing near where you guys are. You'd have to go over this gate into a cemetery to investigate those trees, but nothing out here near the swamp. Might chase some frogs or something around. That'd be it.
Say we stick to our trail rations to pull off.
Granola bars, trail mix,
So you're
beef
telling
jerky.
me I really want to go to that cemetery?
You know, your desires are your own. Depends how badly you want eggs, I guess.
Aren't we just supposed to cause chaos in West Linya or East Linya? I can't remember.
Yeah, but also we were on our way to do something. But
You were chasing me.
Cersei asked you to quit fucking shit up on East Linya and go over to West Linya to fuck shit up.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, well, you guys are on West Linya right now, so if you want to fuck stuff up.
we're already fucking ourselves up.
Where are we gonna fuck up like this graveyard? Who cares?
Yeah, there's some cities nearby, too, that you can get to with a knowledge local or whatever. Or...
Well, if the graveyard's the closest thing,
Who fucking cares about the graveyard though?
Yeah, you guys can roll knowledge local, and I'll tell you the other surrounding cities and
The fact
stuff.
that it was even mentioned that it exists, we should probably just go there and see it.
Absolutely terrible idea, unless you have a Zombar.
Roll knowledge local on your way there, because you can see stuff you're heading towards while you're doing that, so you can know where you're going at least. Or geography, if your geography's better than your local.
15, not bad.
Oh, I got a nat 20.
19.
It's an 8.
Nim and just John will realize you guys are just going back the direction. You're walking back towards Cranagris. If you cross this graveyard, you're just going back to the giant castle city. But not the one you just left. You're walking towards the larger of the two cities if you go through that graveyard. And the city you just left is just north of you guys.
I'm staying quiet on this one. I got pretty defeated last time, so get down.
Yeah.
But to get into the graveyard, you guys have to go over a fence. It's an iron gate, and the gate is designed like roses, and so the bars themselves are thorny, have spikes on them. So climbing it will cause you damage unless you find some other way to get over this very tall, like 15-foot high fence.
Can I just do a perception
Can
roll?
you dig?
I can burrow, but it's up to the DM of whether like people can follow me that well or easily.
Depends
like,
how well the stuff caves in behind you. You can always try it. It happens when we find out when we do it.
Is there's an obvious gate that's locked, right?
There's no gate, it's just a fence. This is like the back of the cemetery. There doesn't seem to be any entrance back here.
I could help you guys out with playing song on my skin flute. Distraction from Eve 6, if you guys don't mind her chiming in. Playing a little distraction to make sure that the zombies aren't going to mess with you guys as you pass through.
We haven't seen any zombies yet, but you can go ahead and start playing your flute.
kind of looking at Eve. I'm distracted.
You're walking into a graveyard. I thought I was trying to help out. Sorry. Or I have plenty of other things I could do to piss you guys off real hard. I was trying to do something nice.
Birdie's gonna chip in, just be like, since we've already been around here, we should probably head north.
Eve 6 would tell you that my mistress told you to head west instead of...
The only thing west of you guys is that swamp, and there's a town across the swamp on an island. That's the only thing west of here.
I don't like this swamp. Kick her ass.
Go around the swamp.
You can. You can go north or south around the swamp if you
He was
go
kinda
west.
right.
Let's go around the swamp to the north, I guess.
Town, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's on an island, so it's like we have to go through the swamp anyway, right? We can go around all we want, but it's on a fucking island.
If you guys head north, you'll see Pont Vide up there, that Harlock's city. But you can go around it. That's kind of where you guys just left the sewers from, basically.
Yeah, I don't think we need anything.
I've been rolling enough that you guys are not meeting any obstacles on your way. You're just able to skirt this area, avoid the swamp, maybe even take like the broad way around. Keep heading north past a tar pit with strange machines pumping into it. Or out of it.
Can I roll Knowledge Arcana on all the machines?
Or engineering.
23.
The machines themselves aren't magical, but there is something disturbing about the tar pit itself.
Can I roll a robotics check on the machine?
You have to get closer to them. You can roll knowledge engineering from here, but a robotics check you have to get closer to actually examine them. You just start heading east through that.
Yeah, let's get a little bit closer. I don't want to put us in the fucking tar pit.
Yeah, I'll let everybody know that there's something kind of crazy going on with this tar pit, and I'm not quite sure what it is.
There are a couple troll guards around the tar pit, so maybe you guys want to stealth if you're going to try to get any closer without the troll seeing you at least.
I'm hanging back on this one. I'm like freaking.
Yeah.
Fine, you guys can stay a safe distance away. And let Kay try to run off by herself.
9.
I rolled a 7 for the trolls, so luckily they're big and stupid. And nothing happens. No one usually comes to fuck with this tar pit. You can sneak up to one of these machines and get a closer look.
Robotics check on one of these fuckers. That's gonna be a 19.
It's enough to tell us it's a pump. It seems to be pulling something out of this tar pit.
Is there any way I can, like, pry some parts off?
Disabled device if you're just trying to sabotage it.
23.
I'll fuck some stuff up. You disable that device. It starts like clunking and hissing and popping and splurting out goo and smoke. Roll maybe a reflex save to not get any goo on you.
Gotcha.
Hot goo.
14.
Okay, so you're gonna take 4 goo damage, hot black goo. Flashes onto your left leg, like leaning up against the motorcycle when it's still hot. Now,
Get any parts out of that?
we can get 2 robotics parts for that. Like that. 2 parts.
Got it.
Also, when that stuff hits you, you know, you're gonna have to resist the urge to like yell or scream, but you might hiss or something. So I rolled another perception to see if the trolls noticed. Roll another stealth check to see if you give yourself away. You might roll higher this time, which might be better, because I did.
Come on, mama. Nope, that's 9.
I got a 20 on natural on the trolls, so at least 2 of them turn to see you. So I guess roll for initiative. And it's dark at this point. You guys traveled long enough that it's the end of another day.
Can I cast dancing lights for the tar pit to try to distract them?
You have to move a little closer, but yeah, you can do it. All right, all I need you to do is roll initiative with me to make sure that you get initiative before my trolls, and you can do that. I got a natural 20 though.
Alright, well, you got initiative.
2 trolls gonna run up on you, get K, and try to grab you.
Not 2, just 1.
No, there's 2. There's 3 actually, but I just only made 2 attack.
Very nice.
First one, I got a 20 not natural to grab you.
Against my,
D, CMD.
right?
The second one only got a 12 though.
That one doesn't.
Alright, so only one of the trolls has got you in its grasp now. You can, of course, roll Escape Artist to get out of its grip, and then still use your Expeditious Retreat to get away. But you might do the
Let's
Escape Artist
see.
first.
See how that goes. 16.
Nah, you gotta beat a 22.
What?
One of them, at least, has grabbed K in its big troll hands.
What's our situation at the moment? Where is everyone split up?
You guys are about 120 feet away, except Bernie is about 100 feet away.
Fine, I just don't want him to die to this.
Well, I got a non-natural 20 for my initiative.
You're at 10.
I got a natural 1, so I will be doing very best.
14.
Can I just do an attack?
Yeah.
I think that's the only thing.
I mean, he's
Alright,
holding you,
I'm-
but you can, try to stab him with something, or, you're definitely in melee range.
I'm just gonna do straight up attack. That's all I can basically do right now. 13 to hit.
That's a miss. There's a troll thick skin, you're poking him, but it's not breaking the skin.
Gotcha.
After
Alright,
K comes John.
I was just gonna move my closer, I
So you're
guess.
halfway there.
Yeah.
coming
and
to
my
assist.
little rat friend.
Alright, so John's running in with a rat chasing behind you through the tall grass. After John comes Bernie.
I'm not close enough to be able to do anything.
Not
At this
unless it's
point.
magic or shoot an arrow. We might have an arrow that can go that range.
I don't have an arrow that can go the range. I'm gonna run towards it and cast Dancing Lights again.
If nothing else, you'll have a well-lit battlefield. So since it was nighttime, it'll be like you turn on the lights on this battle so you guys can really see what you're doing. You're not gifted with dark sight. You also run that way with John. Your foot speed's a little slower, though, if I remember correctly, because you're a gnome.
Yeah, no, I'm behind him, but
But you're still going as fast as you can. After Bernie comes Nim Nim.
I'm just gonna try to run with that pack there. Can I try to talk to John's rat? Try to tell him to try to bite the troll in the nutsack when I get there.
Instead of using handle animal, you can use diplomacy.
So I'm rolling diplomacy now. Natural 20 and that's plus 11. So that's 30.
So yeah. So what do you want this rat to do? Because I feel like it's going to take orders.
Bite nuts.
Bite nuts. Okay, that's what it's going to do whenever it arrives upon nuts.
What a time to roll that, huh?
Yeah.
Honestly, I was gonna do that anyway.
Oh yeah, I figured you were kind of there, but
E6, that leads us to you. You see this group running towards danger.
I reckon I'll follow.
Alright, so you guys all run that direction. Takes me back to my trolls. I'll roll to see if they've noticed you guys running up yet, but you guys haven't fired, and it's dark, and the lights are closer to them than you guys. They're sort of like backlit. I rolled low enough that they still have not noticed you guys coming. They're more concerned of this K. At least the two that have come to investigate. Other trolls, like on the other side of the tar pit, didn't come investigate. The two around Kay seem very concerned with what she's doing there. They start trying to question you in the best troll way possible as you try to poke them, or at least one of them, with your weapon. What do here?
I try and imitate I look at
You here to fix it broke!
fix, not well.
Fix better or me smash you! I go to set you down. You want to put your 2 parts back in?
No, I'm definitely gonna put the 2 parts back in. Maybe more if needed.
Would you use robotics before? You can use your robotics to fix it if you want. Or engineering.
26.
Yeah, you know enough to put stuff back where you got it from. All of a sudden it cranks up and starts pumping again. Glug, 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 and then smoke settles down.
Pump.
Okay, thank you. You go now.
I am going to, slowly walk towards the group.
You guys will see Kay being put down, so you can stop running if you want. Or keep running, your call. But Kay slowly backs away from the trolls after fixing their problem. John,
That she created?
do you stop running towards the trolls?
Yeah.
Slow down in the grass.
Confused by this, all the strings. I'm just gonna sit down.
Rat should have to roll. He's already been told to bite nards.
But I can I have a bond with my animal companion. I think he's gonna read that. I'm just
Maybe roll a handle animal to make sure he doesn't leave your side, since he has been told to bite nuts. Maybe let me see how swift he is.
Or 22.
If you pull some nuts from your rations and give it to the rat, maybe the rat will understand that as get nuts and leave it be. Use like a fourth of a ration to feed your rat and we'll be good. Yeah, he's crazy for those nuts. The rat devours the nuts heartily. Have to do for now.
Also slow down.
Do you want to dismiss your dancing lights?
Yeah.
Boom, goes dark again. Now you're just lit by, the moon, starlight and stuff.
I'll just kind of walk up towards Kay. I'm not gonna stop. I'm just gonna keep walking.
Keep walking that direction, but slowly.
Yeah. And little paws up.
Not a threat.
Yeah, I'll just go on ahead and try to help out everyone.
Alright, you all regroup. Unless you want to fuck with these trolls, you're able to walk away from this area. If you want to keep heading north, there's a forest directly north, but you sort of head northwest. You can stay on the edge of the swamp if you want. I'll roll to see if anything happens as you guys continue to travel on, if that's your continued plan.
I mean, guys, we can fuck some trolls up, but they're fucking trolls. They will beat our ass.
EU6 speaks from experience.
Yesterday, I don't know about this shit.
As you guys head northwest, it's storming, it's windy, thunder, lightning through the night. You guys will get rained on and stuff. It's wet, it's muggy, you're near a swamp. Up ahead, you see a small town, some farmlands. It looks like some slaves working the farmlands and trolls around that area as well. So you can either head into that city or try to head directly west through the swamp. It does seem you're closer to the island than you were before, where you started. So it'd be easier to cross the swamp here, but you still have to cross a small bit of swamp to get to that island if that's where you're trying to head. Or you can head north to this farmland town.
Can I do a knowledge local to try to I'm assuming I'm good with poo-poo, soft wet areas, but try to find see if I can see a
place people cross maybe. Yeah, you can do that. Sure.
Yeah, that is a 8. So that's not.
Yeah, you don't see any signs of land bridges or actual bridges, anything like that. Just swamp and then ocean. It's like the swamp kind of goes through some estuary, some tall growth, and then becomes an ocean. So.
Can we try to make a raft?
Yeah, if you want to go cut down some trees from either that forest sort of southeast of here, or from the trees on the outskirts of this farming town.
Yeah, I'll cut down some trees from that forest that no one else is willing to join.
While they're cutting down trees, can I roll a knowledge history on what the island is?
You want to go alone, John, to cut down trees, or is anyone going with John when he goes to cut down some trees?
Just me and my rat buddy.
Or he wanders off, says, I'll be right back with some wood. Can you collect enough wood with you and your rat, and carry enough wood with you and your rat to build a raft for this many people? Or will that take several trips, I guess?
That never gets well.
You guys can go collect wood together, and while you're on your walk there, it sounds like Bernie will tell you some tales of this area if he rolled a high enough history check.
17.
So the island itself, is a military base. It used to be a vacation island, but has become a military base. And the forest that you're headed towards was rumored to be a home of assassins. There's some stories from your great-great-uncle.
Do I know what the name of the island and such is?
With that high enough, let's say that the island was called Delbup.
Personally, I don't want to fuck with a whole bunch of army and assassin. Fuck, can we fight something small? We go fuck.
Do you want to steal trees from the Assassin Wood now that Bernie has warned you as an Assassin's Wood, or do you want to head north to the farmland or east towards the mountains?
I want to chop down the Hidden Leaf Village, so, like, let's get out of here, guys.
Warn everybody that it's probably not the best idea that we start cutting down these trees. That's just my opinion.
Why is everything so fucking scary, man?
The farming town does have a dock.
It seems to have one, yeah. You see, like, the silhouette of boats in the distance. The town's not very tall, unlike the cities behind you and stuff where the buildings are huge. It's a pretty short-looking town. The tallest things in it are these boats and the trolls walking around.
Can I, since I'm a captain and all, I'll do another knowledge local
on
the
boats?
docks. See what the lay of the bay is, that kind of bullshit, yeah? 13.
You can't see a bunch. It doesn't seem to be a very huge dock, and most of the ships seem to be like troll barges, like flat, very huge rafts built for trolls, basically. They're usually very buoyant, very stable, and as much as they're not a fancy ship, they are usually okay for long journeys because they're so huge. Just hard to pilot, hard to power. Only 2 sailing-type vessels there, like standard humanoid ships you would want to captain that wind could power. One of them is very small, though. More like a halfling sailboat, possibly. So it'd be fine for you and maybe Bernie, but everyone else would have to, like, duck to get around on it. Although all of you could probably fit on it. Then a normal human-sized boat there as well.
Can I try to, like, sneak up to the dock? Like, where's
you guys will have...
at?
You guys are pretty good distance away right now. Like I said, you could spot him only because of the silhouette from the moonlight. So you'd have to, like, cross through some farmland and through the town past a bunch of trolls. But if you want to try to do that, we can follow that thread.
What do you guys want to do? I mean, let's get the fuck out of here. Everything's scary as hell, and, like...
I'd say we steal a fucking boat.
I think, yeah, I want to fucking captain it.
Eager boat captain here.
I'm on board.
On board. It's a joke. We get it. We'll all be on board in a minute. So first you guys have to sneak past the farmland, so roll me your first stealth check to get through there. There's only a couple trolls in the farmland, a bunch of slaves hunched over, working.
20 for 24.
Alright, Nim Nim can get by here if he wants to without drawing attention.
I got
Alright,
a
I can look at
6.
John probably not even trying to hide with that number. You're just like walking.
John's just walking. He's like, I gotta go to the bathroom.
Bernie, that's just a little too low, but you're short, so they might just, sort of notice you, but not as much.
7.
Yeah, you'll be spotted. Maybe you're not even trying to not be spotted. You're just
How
walking
close
up
are
also,
we to the
just like
water?
John. At least 2 of your allies are being
14.
nonchalant. They see you too, but you're at least trying to hide. It's dark, but you guys, as you get closer, will notice that these slaves on the farmland are chained together. And Eve 6, you'll probably notice first of all that they are zombies. Roll perception check to notice anything else. That was all I can give you with a 10, if you guys want to notice anything else about this area.
Only a 15.
24.
20, but not natural.
Natural 1.
Alright, so those of you that rolled 20 or higher will notice stuff, and those of you that rolled very low will notice nothing. Somewhere between you might catch a little of this, but there, like I said, are a handful of trolls around, and that you now spot a handful of halflings dressed in dark that seem to be controlling these fields full of zombie workers that are like picking produce or hoeing dirt or whatever else, doing farm work, hoeing.
Holy hose.
So as you get closer, you'll see some like halflings commanding the zombies to do farm work as trolls like look on. These trolls do seem to notice you, and they're basically it's like waving you not to, don't walk through the farm. So they just avoid stepping on stuff. As long as you guys don't step on shit, they might not attack you. But they seem mostly concerned that as long as you don't disturb crops, you won't get attacked. So as long as you guys make that part of your priority, walking through here is fine.
What kind of crops are growing?
All kinds of food crops. They've got wheat, corn, tomatoes, whatever they could grow in this climate this time of year. So all kind of food stuffs, probably for all the nearby villages. A lot of other cities don't do that much food growing. So a lot of the food for the larger cities on this west side of London get their food from here. Like it's brought in from here. So they have huge swaths of farmland.
If they're not threatening so far, I say we nonchalantly start walking towards the docks and see what happens.
And you guys can walk through the fields as long as you don't trample anything or cross over any boundaries into farmland. Stay in between the lines.
I'm gonna try to sight up beside U6 and be like, aren't you famous or some shit? Like, can't we, like, use that, like own this shit? What's going on?
I could run maybe a little diplomacy on our way into town, perhaps.
I'm just, when we get to the docks, try that way before we try, like, rescuing any of that.
Yeah.
Try diplomacy first. Well, if you don't want to diplomacy anybody here, though, unless you want to talk to some halflings, some zombies, or some trolls. Otherwise, you guys can move through town.
Yeah, I just meant when we get to the dock.
You guys head to the town. You notice the town's mostly small buildings. You'll see a lot more trolls here. They're struggling to get around. Too large for the building stuff here. You can tell they've propped up some troll-made stuff on the sides. There's some, like, poorly built structures, like, on top of these tiny buildings, or they sit on them and crush them, break the doors coming out of them. So there's a bunch of, like, demolished tiny structures full of trolls. A couple small, like, holding areas full of zombies, like it's in caged areas, and a few loose halflings walking around also in dark robes. Most of them seem to be congregated in a small area near a tiny cemetery with little tiny headstones, and they have some little tiny buildings there that haven't been destroyed that seem to be off limits to the trolls. But otherwise, you guys can pass through this area and head towards the dock unless you want to disturb any of those fine folks or trolls.
Nope. I say we just go straight to the dock.
Trolls don't bother you walking through town if you don't do anything.
Down with the duck.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. You guys go down to the docks. There are at least 7 of those large troll barges.
If we're stealing something, we want a fast boat, not a barge.
Okay, well, good, because those barges, they're large and you don't want to move them. There's about 8 trolls spread among them, like sleeping or hanging out on them, rolling dice or whatever. But the 2 other ships, roll perception checks to check them out, maybe. You can easily see what's on the troll barges, but you'd have to actually peep into those other ships.
15. Natural 1 again.
21.
So Eve 6, Nim and John will probably glean the most information. Eve 6 probably the bravest to walk forward and inspect things, being the one who probably has the most authority in this area. Walk up and do your snooping. The little ship seems occupied, but whoever's in it is asleep right now. But you can see signs of life. You can hear someone on board snoring. There's at least one person on board. You just can't see if there's more, but you hear noise. The other larger ship has about 6 crew walking around on board. They appear to be elven. Eve 6, John and Nim don't know this, but you do. They will see what looks like elves walking around on one of the ships. You'll be able to spot that they're not elves, they're drow walking around the ship.
I like the tiny boat in this thing.
You guys can discuss it and then come up with a plan of action. Or you guys can just act right now and just try to sneak on the boat and see what happens. You know, live your life.
Sneak on that little boat. The guy's sleeping. We could probably just wait till we're out at sea before he even wakes up.
Well, that's what I was gonna say about.
You guys can all pull it off as long as you all roll me 1 stealth check. And then I believe Nim has a profession sailing to get you guys out of the dock area. After that, I'll roll perception for my sleeper, and I'll roll to see if anyone else is on the boat too.
Roll diplomacy to help us get on the boat, maybe? Or
Sleep.
I can do disguise self, or we can just cut the boat loose, put it away, and
That's what I'm thinking. We just take
murder them.
Just hop on, cut the line.
I rolled a 14, a 9, and a natural 1. So
22.
anyone that didn't beat 14, we'll talk about.
I had a 13 stuff. Not great.
I got 22.
It sounds like 2 of you didn't pass the stealth. So that's going to be enough to wake him up unless someone has a hero point or anti-hero point to make it so that doesn't happen.
I'll use one of my anti-hero points.
With your anti-hero point, so what will happen is the guy will wake up and then think he hears a noise and then go right back to sleep. And I'll let you guys sneak onto the boat, cut it, and slowly drift away. And then you'll open the sail, try to catch some wind, and start steering. Let's say 4 hours or so for this guy wakes up. You guys remain completely quiet and still if you don't get into any arguments for 4 hours or move around too much.
Have them in their beds first, sleeping. You don't have to deal with that shit.
Coup de grace?
No.
It's possible.
We could get some friends.
We have to roll stealth again, and then if they wake up, initiative. But
We didn't do that.
No, but it's chaotic.
Chaotic takes the easiest path sometimes, and in this case, this is the easiest path.
Hey, whatever. When they're not looking, I coup de grace.
so Kay sneaks downstairs. Roll me a stealth check to not wake them up as you sneak down to coup de grace.
I got that one.
No.
I got losing guys, sorry.
Alright, so Kay was sneaking down quiet enough, but John was following right behind, being like, "What are you up to?" Wakes him up.
I'm feeling good on this boat, and I think my rat's talking to me.
So now it's time to roll for initiative, everybody. I got a 2 for this group, though, because they're just coming out of bed. So they'll be startled and half-dressed and grasping for their weapons.
6 plus 9.
I got a natural 20.
Yeah, same.
I got a unlucky 20.
There's like a little ladder, there's a little hole. So only one of you can go in at a time. You jump in front of Kay.
Yeah, I was gonna be strategic, but fuck that. I'm just gonna cannonball and jump down this little hole.
Crash, you come crashing down into the scene.
I'm the captain now. I don't think I'm intimidating anybody. I just come off real goofy.
They think you're joking. So they chuckle a little bit as they grab for their stuff. Who's this joker and what's he doing on our boat?
So,
To be fair, you do look like a crazy homeless guy.
yeah. I'm just a drunk man. Me and my rat are gonna kind of flank one of the folks.
You'll have no problems. Like I said, it's a very small room. You could turn around. There's 3 little beds. You could spin around and get all of them. So yeah, there's not much room. Matter of fact, you probably have room for maybe one more of your allies down here before it's too crowded to swing your arms.
Gonna burn 2 martial flexibility. No, I'm just gonna burn one of them. Cleave attack.
So you can hit 2 with 1 hit.
Yeah.
Can you hit 1 to hit the
I'm
other?
just gonna be
All
an
right.
idiot.
Swing your fists.
It's a 16 hit.
They get a reflex save, just barely. Fail though, so they'll take full damage.
8 damage.
Alright, you knock one clean out with that. Another one's pretty bloodied with that punch.
They're just like little halflings that are doing like a semester at sea.
Yeah, do you want your rat to do anything also, since your rat's down there with you?
Counter. I'm gonna make my rat do a dirty trick maneuver. It's gonna bite the other one that I didn't hit in the nuts. Yeah, it's a 20. Non-natural.
Definite hit.
I am gonna pick the sickened condition. So they just got bit in the nuts and they're not feeling great. So it gets a -2 to attack rolls and damage rolls and saving throws and ability checks.
Yeah, not the rat.
That's also 8 damage.
That's 2 of them down.
Oh man.
And 1 crying in its bed still. The one that's left is a baby, so...
Oh gosh.
Let's see, I'm just gonna roll a general perception just to see what's going on in my way. Nope, that's gonna be about an 8.
I mean, you have dark vision, so it's not even in the darkness that's hard for you to see. It's just because it's so crowded and there's so much movement going on, you can't really tell what's going on. When John's moving around, there's people, like there's blankets, stuff flying around. It's chaos down there. Pure chaos.
I'll follow him down there. Why not?
Alright, Eve jumps down, billowing robe as you land, like Princess in Super Mario 2. Gently,
Buttercup from Princess Bride. Come on, I'm beautiful.
you see a crying baby on one of the beds. You see 2 unconscious people on the ground, a little tiny man and a little tiny woman.
Attack the closest thing that's fucking with my people.
Well, right now you have 2 unconscious adults and a crying baby. So the crying baby?
No, I don't want to attack them. I thought we were supposed to be attacking them.
No, John was attacking them. John jumped down there and woke them up in their sleep and started throwing punches.
Oops. Well, then I guess I will attend to the child.
Alright, so you pick up a baby. You can't tell if she likes it or is going to eat it. Could be either one.
I'm rolling diplomacy. Just say that. Oh, no, I have nothing good. Yeah, try to chill the baby out so that we can stay
Hush, hush, baby.
safe. I don't know.
Throw it in the bilge.
That's a 21.
You could quiet the baby.
You're a fucking bard, right? Can't even play the goddamn song.
I'm a zombard, dude. Any bardic abilities that I have are only for zombies, but I can still cast like cantrips and other spells.
Well, either way, the diplomacy to the baby already works. So it's already soothed, even without magic. And so you've quieted this baby down. You'll see that John's like lording over 2 little tiny people about half his height that are now like clocked out on the ground. See, like I said, half-dressed little man and a half-dressed little woman, and their belongings all strewn about. You guys can loot them if you like. They do have some tiny little daggers and some tiny fishing gear and tiny clothes. There's some tiny rations and stuff, so you can loot all that if you like. I mean, it's your boat, so I mean, you've already kind of looted it. But those 2 people are only unconscious. You can choose now to kill them or just tie them up or whatever, throw them overboard, whatever you want to do.
Hey, do you think maybe we could like help these people and drop them off at our nearest port and like they'll be
Help them, we just stole their free.
Yeah, I'm just saying we're gonna help them help us to our
Hey,
destination.
give me your fucking card. Let me help you. I will not murder you.
Let's keep them alive the entire time because
Yeah, because they're gonna drop them off somewhere. They're gonna tell the authorities.
And it's Eve 6 and John down there, so it's easiest for you to do it unless you guys go upstairs or go up the ladder and let someone else come down here and do it.
I'm not gonna let anybody kill these things.
Hey,
You guys discuss the moral implications of what you're doing. I'm gonna get some more water.
I'm just dropping the coat.
I will use my cantrip distraction spell.
We've reached an impasse.
I
you
can
know
also
how
never mind. Thumbs up. I'll just fascinate them. We're not killing someone, are we? Yeah, we are.
No.
we have to kill them.
No.
We don't have to kill the baby.
Well, we're gonna
Baby
raise
six.
it on our own.
Important question though, it might inform some of this. Where are we going? Because I've just been kind of going away from the town. So like, what are we doing? I need to like actually, map a course and that kind of shit.
Are we going to East Linya? That was discussed.
Yeah.
Wasn't our creepy overlord telling us to go west? But
Go east. If we go any more west, we're gonna fall off the edge of the planet. The land is flat. Except my family doesn't believe it because I've been to space.
You've got proof that it isn't, but you still tell the other people that because you don't want them to know.
So let's go.
That's your own
Let's
secret.
sail.
You can sail east.
Crowded.
is it everybody cool with east? We're doing a whole all votes.
John doesn't
I'll
care.
go with these.
Well, we've already
You're
gone
driving.
west as we can.
And John, you're still protecting the 2 unconscious people downstairs, as I believe Kay says you should kill them. You guys can argue about this for as long as you want. You got at least an hour till one of them wakes up, so you should decide by then, I guess, or else you have to re-knock one of them back out.
Tie them up.
You guys could at least agree to tie them up, even if you can't agree to kill them. And then, when they wake up, you can decide if you want to kill them, because you're in the middle of the ocean. What are they going to do?
Drown quicker if they're tied up.
Well, yeah, you gotta keel haul them. Yeah, or a lot better that way.
Does somebody have rope, I assume?
We got kids.
If not, there's a line on the ship too. You can always cut some, but then you're just reducing your line supply on the ship.
Alright, let's meet in the middle. Sail close to shore and then push them off.
And go towards the shallows.
Yeah, that's not killing.
Like southeast. You guys want to sail southeast back towards the land you kind of came from. Drop them off somewhere over there.
Or we can murder them. This is up to y'all.
Tune in next time for more Constant Chronicles of Chaos Egg.
This episode of Long Distance Dungeons & Dragons Dinner Theater was sponsored by our fans and friends on Patreon. Donate today. Keep Long Distance Dungeons & Dragons Dinner Theater alive.